here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss? That's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not a ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the black people right now. You doing the easy shit.
Don't suck
you doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you, I don't do that.
Tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same energy you give me.
Let's switch.
Let's switch seats.
I'm with it. Homie, I don't do no sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no sucking shit.
I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Well, I tell you what, watch that sucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no sucking,
You say a lot of shit that I don't fuck with either.
Okay, but that gay shit, nigga.
I'm from Detroit
Say I suck a again.
Because you're not going to do
Come
shit.
at me with that sucking shit.
You're not going to
Come at me with, say I suck again.
We can go out back right now.
Yeah, and it gets way worse.
Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Didi Got a Podcast, and of course, I'm your host, Didi. Listen, the theme or the motto of today's video will be Matthew 16:26, which essentially says, what shall it profit a man to gain the world and to lose his soul in the process? Or what is a man willing to do to sell his soul, right? And I believe that will perfectly encapsulate the topic of today's video. Anton Daniels. I like a lot of Anton Daniels' videos. He and I tend to agree on a lot of things. I'm pretty sure he's more conservative leaning than anything else, which perfectly aligns with my values. But like anybody else, if you've been following this channel, you know that just because a person is more conservative leaning does not mean that I will not call them out when necessary, right? I've been calling out Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, Megyn Kelly, even called out Charlie Kirk, been going after Erica Kirk, who identifies as conservative. Donald Trump himself, right? I've made a plethora of different videos on this channel calling out all of these different people because I believe all these people have cognitive dissonance. I believe they have double standards. I believe they're all hypocrites, but I digress. Anton Daniels flew out and interviewed with a comedian by the name of Corey Holcomb, which is interestingly enough, somebody that we just discussed in my Will Smith video. Please go and check that out when you get a chance. And they both got together to discuss things that they agree on and things that they do not agree on, which is very respectable because no human agree with 100% of another human being's opinions. Well, at one point in the interview, things went left, very left, to the point where they came this close to fighting. I don't know how they didn't fight. I don't think this was just for the cameras. You can tell when somebody's faking or doing this for views. This was real. And even though Anton Daniel made great points in this interview, which was well over 2 hours long, he had what I'm going to call the second most embarrassing and crazy moment I've ever seen from him. And the first crazy moment or craziest moment I've ever seen from him actually came just in the last week or so, which says a lot to have two of the craziest moments I've ever seen from you come within 2026 when we're barely 2 weeks into the year. But before we speak about the craziest thing I've ever seen from Anton Daniels, which communicates to me that there's a chance that either the fame, the attention, the money, the clout has finally gotten to him because he's done a great job, in my opinion, of being humble. Yeah, he brags at times, but either that's gotten to him or he got some other stuff going on in his life. So before we speak about the craziest moment, let's talk about this Corey Holcomb interview. So I will include in the description the link to the original video of Corey Holcomb's 5150 show, because again, the interview is well over 2 hours. I want to speak about a specific part of the interview where things got heated. They first start speaking about Donald Trump. Corey Holcomb states that the country is being ran by certain individuals that prevents the average American citizen from retaliating against police officers or ICE officers when they violate people's rights. That then quickly leads to Anton Daniels speaking about how he doesn't believe that because he lives in the blackest city in America, which is Detroit, Michigan. He's in the streets all the time. And what he cares more about is the people that he employs, the children that he put through college, and the things that he's single-handedly doing to try to make a difference in his community. And then things turn left. And I mean completely left. And this is where we're going to chime in and we're going to react to it together. Hit the like button on your way in. As always, I would really, really appreciate it so that this video can reach more people like yourself. Now, without further ado, let's get into the clip.
And truly use my tax dollars and whatever it is and give jobs. I employ
over 50 people. I put my money in my community with my people. So I choose to engage. So when we talking about being in the streets, that don't count to me. I don't hear
that's
that
what
shit.
should count.
I don't hear
because
that.
Out there in the streets where the people live that you helping, they could get pulled over and shot by a cop. An investigation will be said. But here's the truth. We know, I believe you know this already, when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Oh my God, this is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong what I said?
This is so insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it.
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
I'm going to answer your question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this. The majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
It's easy to say all black people are stupid as an example.
Hold on, before we get things lost here, because there are so many things that we just jumped over, and I feel like they're not going to revisit this. So first and foremost, Corey Holcomb's original statement, which is he feels that when a police officer pows a person, there's nothing you can do about it. Now, there's a couple of things happening here. Corey Holcomb, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, he may be taking the position that so-called black individuals or unarmed black individuals are unjustifiably pow by the cops at an alarming rate in this country. I believe that's the position he may be taking. Maybe I'm speaking a little ahead of myself, so forgive me if I am. But if that's the position that he's taking, I 100% disagree with him. It just does not happen at an alarming rate. It's a lie. The stat says it's a lie. When you look at the body count footage of any situation, there's not an alarming rate of unarmed black individuals, innocent black individuals that are pow by the police officers. Does it happen? Yes. Does it happen at a disproportionate alarming rate? I disagree. But that's a conversation for another day. However, if Corey Holcomb is stating that whether it's unjustifiable or if it's justifiable, there's very little to nothing that the citizen can do in that very moment, then I 100% agree. There's very little that they can do where they would be backed by the criminal justice system, right? If they tried to retaliate, even if a cop was in the wrong in that moment, I 100% agree with Corey here. There's very little that you can do to retaliate, which is why they say try to take it up in court. That's the best way to do it. If you try to retaliate in that moment, it could end very, very badly for you, which leads many people to say, how is that fair? You have to just take whatever. They could even choose to end your life or end somebody that you love in their life, and there's very little that you can do. Now, Anton Daniels, in my opinion, didn't really respond to the very statement or the point that Corey Holcomb was putting out there. Instead, he pivoted a little bit.
Say something about the white people.
No. You're not.
I don't think you got
people all the time.
Oh, well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me? Because I don't know.
Liberal white women literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single
female, the biggest
literally enemy. White liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there. Because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the core.
I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that. We say that. But here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall?
That's a very good point by Corey Holcomb. But let me just state for the record, Anton Daniels is 100% right. For those of you that don't know, I meant to do this at the beginning. Anton Daniels is a popular YouTuber based out of Detroit. He's not just a YouTuber or a content creator. From my understanding, he also is a real estate guy. He has properties and he helps people, grow their financial portfolio, right? And so he's known in the YouTube space and outside of the YouTube space for those reasons. And to Anton Daniels' point, he is right. He says often on his show, the Millionaire Morning Show, and his other YouTube channel. He has like 5 YouTube channels. And he says often that liberal white women is the worst thing that's ever happened to this country. I agree with him that he don't only go after black people, which is what one of the criticisms of Anton Daniels is. I disagree with that. He goes after other people as well, like liberal white women. But to Corey's point, he doesn't really go after everybody, right? Respectfully, Anton Daniels, you don't ever talk about those that are in power like Jewish individuals. You never talk about anybody that's Jewish. respectfully, because you know that the backlash is going to be bad and you could even become demonetized. You also do not talk about the problem with white conservatives or conservatives in general. You don't, because there's hypocrisy on both sides. It's not just liberal white women. What about liberal white men? To Corey's point. So that part I agree with Corey on.
Equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men
Well, you
since
ain't
you've
been
been up
listening.
here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you
don't
taking
have,
the.
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You
My
is- because
capacity,
if that's the-
my
because if that's the
capacity
case-
that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you said something about Caucasian males and how they
Absolutely.
destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you
I missed something too. Like, and I'm not saying that he's never done it. It's very possible that there's a video that I may have missed. There's a dialogue, a monologue that I may have missed. I've watched a fair good amount of Anton Daniels' content over the past 2 or 3 years. I don't really remember very many monologues where he single-handedly called out the role that white men, specifically in government, how they've ruined this country, unless it's a liberal angle to it, right? When their political affiliation really has very little to do with it.
talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you
talking loud.
and you still talking around.
What you
What did
trying
the
to do-
Caucasian male
what
do
you
to
try to-
America
I'm not-
to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You
I'm not
dancing
getting into
around it.
I'm not getting into that. Anton, that's not a good look, big dog. That's just buying into the narrative around you grifting. And I don't even like the word because everybody uses that word. I try my best to never. I actually hate that I just said it just now. But it buys into that narrative that people say, hey, you're doing what's lucrative instead of just sticking to what's true and what's obvious. And everybody deserves blame in this country to some extent. Not just the ratchet ghetto black folks that you and I both criticize often. It's other people as well, like the people that are in actual power, that actually have the power to actually control certain things in this country, change certain things in this country. Yet this country continues to get worse. It's not just Democrats and liberals. That's the problem. I put up a post the other day. I said, if black folks, white folks, Muslims is what you fear in this country more than our own government, maybe fear wasn't the best word. If they're who you're concerned about more than our own government, then you haven't been paying attention. Who's in our government? Who's been running our government?
That's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of
When you
black people right now.
That doesn't even make sense. And this is where things, if there's a moment in this interview where you want to say things went left, because they're both fired up and amped up, this was the moment. Anton Daniels knew what he did. And the clip, like at the very beginning, I said there's a moment that I would say is the craziest moment I've ever seen from Anton Daniels, which tells me something is going on in Anton Daniels' personal life, in my opinion. He said something similar in that clip as well that I'm going to show you later. This is crazy, dog. To say that to another grown man, you know, is wild in any scenario, in any facet, but the statement doesn't even make sense. You suck the you-know-what of black people. What does that even mean?
You doing it easy. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
No, let me tell you something, homie.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
Yeah, you do.
suck
Yeah,
dick.
you do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck
You
dick,
doing
homie.
you doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you, I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no sucker shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
that you
see.
give me.
Let's-
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no dick.
So again, I want to just state for the record that this dialogue or this interaction here, I believe in a wholesome manner as far as the substance. I'm 100% with Anton. I think Anton made more credible points. I think Corey made credible points, but in the totality of the 2.5 hour exchange between the two of these individuals, I tend to lean more with the things that Anton Daniels was saying, even though I agree with some things Corey was saying as well. However, it's clear to me here that Anton Daniels, those of you that don't know who Corey Holcomb is, the one with the white hat on, he's usually, this is his regular self where he's amped up, he talks loud. I'm not saying it's an excuse to get into another man's face. No. Anton Daniels here is making certain inflammatory statements to try to provoke Corey. That's what Anton is doing here. And I think Anton is just trying to look like a macho. And I think I think the comments have gotten to him of people saying that he's a fraud or he tries to project himself as something that he's not. So now that he's there, he's in person, he has security, which you're going to hear them mention here in a little bit, Anton knows with the cameras on, with security present, there's very little to anything that's going to happen to him. So he just continues to go along with this, saying more and more disrespectful things. I don't understand this take. And if you watch Anton Daniels' content, this is the opposite of how we've ever seen him really behave.
I'm a man. I don't do no.
I don't give up about nothing.
Well, I tell you what.
now.
Watch that sucker, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no.
You say a lot of shit. I don't what either. You think
Okay, but that case. Oh, you
I
go.
don't give a about what you
Hey, homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
This almost reminds me of Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum is seen in a clip where he's using the N-word like 25, 30 times in like maybe a minute and a half clip. He's cursing, he's threatening people. But when you look at his regular content that he knows is mostly white conservatives, he never uses that word, and he's never that aggressive. So it's weird that depending on what rooms, that even if we have conservative perspective of us as so-called black individuals start to behave like this. Like, I understand code switching, and I don't even think code switching is a bad thing, but this is something else.
Put no dick sucking shit. Don't put no dick sucking shit on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit.
Say I suck it again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I'm gonna
I don't do no
dick
dick sucking.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But
We
you're not
good.
bossing up on me.
Yo,
We good. I did already. I don't do dick
We took the
sucking.
phone right now and going up back. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
I don't do
You
no
doing
dick
this for the
shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want
I'll
to say
show
Anton,
you I ain't doing it for the internet.
if you want to say Anton, listen, don't disrespect me like that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot to me today that I don't quit either. But I let that ride because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm gonna extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild, especially with regard to how would it
call this nigga out his name?
Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get.
I got a question.
All right, Anton, like this is embarrassing, though. So first and foremost, if you was reacting to a video on your channel and someone made the statement, you called me out of my name, but they were never called out of their name, the person that's being accused of doing that to you says, when did I ever call you out of your name? And you say, instead, you pivot and say, you can't decide for me how I take disrespect. That's not what you said. You said he called you out of his name, called you out of your name. If he never did that, why did you say it? Also, by you stating that you're from Detroit, what does that mean? That's the stuff people say to try to convince you that they're tough, basically because they're from a place. That don't make you tough. A bunch of people are from Detroit. This is wild.
For bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No,
Don't,
this
because
my
I take-
show.
That's
This
cool.
my
That's
show.
cool, but I take that as a threat.
Okay, well, it is a threat if you calling me sucking,
Say a
my
lot of
nigga.
shit. Man, what you talking about?
I don't
bro?
dick suck.
If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, because you ain't gonna do.
See, he keeps provoking them. Like, what is this about? And then he says, I forgot to mention this. He also said, now, if you want to say to me, Corey, hey, Anton, don't disrespect me like that. Anton, why should another grown man have to say that? And if you're cognizant enough to know that is what needs to be done, why not just do it yourself? That tells me that you have an agenda here, bro.
Because you're not gonna do
Come
shit.
at me with that dick sucking shit.
You're not gonna
Come at me with. Say I suck again.
We can go out back right now. We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that.
We can go out back right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about this.
Hey, homie,
No,
look,
it's not.
I ain't falling for the. Darlene, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now because we got to go out back to leaders. But I'm saying that suckers, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like it,
If you want to
okay,
get back to the
but
conversation,
don't-
we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not
ain't
listening,
no
bro.
nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that. If you want to get
Bet.
back to the conversation,
Long as you
we can
know.
get back to the conversation.
Long as you know,
Bro, you not,
because that ain't
you
nothing.
not that tough.
Now, let me make sure I say once again, I'm not saying Corey Holcomb is absolved of any wrongdoing here. That's not my point. My point is Anton Daniels is held to a certain, as two grown men, first and foremost, they're held to two standards. Anton Daniels has carried himself a certain way. Corey Holcomb has carried himself a certain way. Corey Holcomb is known for being loud, performative, funny because he's a comedian, always insulting people because that's who he is. Anton Daniels is known to be more reserved, more conservative, and more, one could say, methodical and the way that he reacts and breaks down situations. So for him to fly to this location and interact here and then say this to a man that he knows is like this is weird to me, especially knowing that security is there, cameras are there. I just didn't understand this. Now, the craziest moment that I've seen from Anton Daniels was actually just 2 or 3 days ago. He was on a panel with a group of individuals that he meets with, I think, on a weekly basis. He meets with them regularly. And at some point, Anton Daniels and this guy by the name of Q end up having a back and forth. Now, for those of you that don't know, Anton Daniels is married, allegedly, and has been married since he was like 20. And I believe he's in his 40s now. Well, at some point, the guy named Q, Anton, get into a back and forth. And at some point, Q says to him, Anton, women don't find you attractive. They don't want you, which clearly offended Anton Daniels, which is confusing. You shouldn't care about that because you're married, right? Which provoked Anton to respond and say that Q actually knows that that's not true in real life. What does that mean? Q then says, Anton, if you and I were to go somewhere where people don't know your status, they don't know who you are, they don't know about your clout, about your fame, don't know you from YouTube and Twitter and whatever, and TikTok, and if it was just me and you, and they just knew us for what we looked like, women would not want you, they would want me first. Which then provoked Anton, as a married man, to say one of the craziest things, that it was clear to me he didn't even care if people caught on to what he said or not. Take a listen.
No, let the nigga be sassy.
No, I'm not talking about quitting. I'm just saying.
I'm saying it.
You have on the case, and you're being sassy because I didn't tell women. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone they were wrong. I respected Mika's opinion, and I asked her a question.
That's true.
That's it.
So I'm caping for women in general.
I don't know what you do, nigga. It's your normal, nigga. So what the fuck?
Nigga, your normal.
I'm not gonna leave this time. I'm not gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave.
If we want to talk about normal, what does that mean?
That's your norm, the cape for women.
And your norm is to be gay for women.
I don't know what that means to be gay for women. I don't know what it means to be gay for women. Explain to me how to be gay for I guess. I don't know what be gay. I don't know what it means to be gay for a woman. If you can explain that to me, then I can answer your question.
It means that you're the gay best friend.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well,
if I'm the gay best friend, that's fine.
So we can stop name calling and we can just get back to the subject.
You did it first.
I didn't call your name. I said you had on a cape.
And I said you had on a gay.
What the does that mean? And for me to be gay, I have to a man. I've never a man.
I don't know that.
I don't know you haven't a man, nigga.
I would bet on you before me.
That's fine. That's fine. You hide it. That's what it is.
Or you open with it.
You're the down low people. You're the down low.
And you're the sucker. What's the difference?
You're the down low. You're the down low, and you're in the loud, and then you're the loud. You're the down low.
Oh, sorry.
Let me go get a
How far do we go with this?
Until Anton iron his cape and hang it back up in the closet.
Anton, did you iron your cape and hang it back up in the closet?
No, I just covered him up while he was getting his ass busted out.
Yes, you get my ass busted by with a belt by a woman.
No, by a nigga.
I fuck the women you wish you could.
Okay, so we're gonna move. We're gonna move. No, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move.
Now you know that. You know better.
We're gonna move on.
No, stop, Carrie.
I could come to Detroit and take anyone that you know. I would say my name is.
Hold on.
You need a whistle, Carrie.
Let's be very, very clear.
Right. Ice is coming.
In real life, you know better than that. You can play it on the internet.
No, we can go out in public. No, we can go out. If you put me and you in somewhere where no one knows your name, it's me all day.
Let's move forward with the conversation, y'all.
For real.
Let's just move forward.
Let's go to Portland, Maine.
It doesn't matter.
And I win.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Portland,
Let's
Maine.
move forward.
Oh no,
Exactly.
Let's
No one
move forward,
fucking knows us.
Let's move forward, y'all.
I'm gonna wear a tight t-shirt and some mid-thigh shorts and flip-flops and pull more hoes than you.
That's my.
Did you say mid-thigh shorts?
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Shorts as well.
Let's
But like
just
that's what you'll go into a store and look for those. Like, hey,
Quinn AD, let's move forward.
Your questions don't make it no better.
Listen.
Don't
He
do
don't,
it.
he don't believe that. He don't believe
I'm
that.
trying to derail this.
No, stop trying to stop the conversation. Please stop.
You don't want to stop the conversation. I was talking to Mika.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to them. I don't want them to get in the middle of what we got going on. You don't
got nothing
believe
going
that
on.
in your
That's
heart,
gay. You
nigga.
talking gay to me. I don't like that.
You don't believe that. You don't believe it. None of your friends believe it. None of the women up there believe it.
That's absolutely not true.
It ain't a soul on earth. Nigga.
That's not true.
There's not a soul on earth that believe that shit.
Okay.
Nobody. You don't believe in yourself, nigga. Not to that extent.
Okay.
And no capacity.
Okay.
I don't even know why you would say that.
Okay.
Why would you lie like that?
Shut up, man. Next topic. Can you read the super chats?
I do think we should do it though. We should all go out. How many numbers you get?
Look, it said my fiance say Q is correct. Thanks.
I got 10.
Appreciate you.
I got 12.
Appreciate you.
I just got this one. That trump all up.
Usually I get like 2, but they be
That'll
like,
be interesting.
whew.
I mean, I'll film it.
I just want that to be a memory. I don't want to film nothing.
Nah, I want to film it, and then if we're in Portland, Maine, let's
No, you can't. No. You can't film it though.
Oh, y'all trying to.
That's actually
you
sound.
can't film it. You can't film it.
Content.
No, you can't film it. Look at AD.
Does this nigga know how this?
I just want
You know what Q do, and this is why you got to be careful with niggas like this, bro.
Shock value.
No. This is why you gotta be careful, because he know things in real life, right?
Oh my
and
God.
he know that I can't cross certain boundaries.
What are you talking?
No, nigga, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He knows that I can't say certain things, and so he'll say things knowing that you can't reply to it because it'll put you in a very bad situation. So you just be like, all right, nigga, you don't believe that.
Let me just state for the record, that wasn't dry snitching. For those of you that don't know what dry snitching is, it means a person that tells on themselves in a very passive aggressive way, in a very covert way, or a very coded way. That wasn't coded. I think anybody with 2 brain cells can listen to what that man just said, and it was clear that he was alluding to the fact that he cheats on his wife, whether she knows about it or not. Q knows certain things in real life, and he knows how things really go. And if I was to say, he's trying to provoke me to say something that if I was to say it out here publicly, I would get backlash for it. But he knows what it is in real life. And something else I want you all to pay attention to is the reaction of the women when Anton Daniels said that, which it wasn't very much of a reaction at all. What should that tell us? If you're able to make a statement like that, alluding to certain things like that as a married man, and none of the women on this panel batted an eye, I'm going to just leave that there. Because if I was to make a statement like that as a married man, the people on the panel should be shocked, like confused, frowning, like, what do you mean by that? Nobody seemed to want to ask Anton Daniels what he meant. I think it also needs to be said here that I've noticed that Anton Daniels seems to surround himself on these panels with, number one, people that are obviously not as wealthy or as successful as him, which is probably going to be more likely because of how successful that he is. But more importantly, I think it's obvious to me that he surrounds himself with people that he don't see on his level intellectually, right? Emotional people. Some of them are stereotypical black people. I'm just going to say it. And I think he does that to make himself feel better within these conversations. And he kind of holds himself as above the rest of them. That's how it comes off to me, at least. It also should go without saying that in the Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels back and forth, and at some point in that 2.5 hour back and forth, Corey cracked a joke and stated that Anton Daniels pulled up to the interview with a woman that wasn't his wife. So to me, the reason why I started off this video with quoting Matthew 16:26 is because it's clear to me that there's a strong chance that either what people have been saying about Anton is finally getting to him, 1. 2, he's going through something in his personal life, and there's some sort of insecurity there maybe. And or 3, even though he's done a great job of being humble, I think for the most part, given his suggested wealth, right? He posts a lot of videos with his cars and his houses and things of that sort. But it almost seems to me now that I think he just reached 1 million views. He's well over 1 million subscribers. He's well over that now in the last few months. And maybe that's gotten to his head. I don't know. But it seems that his status has finally gotten to him. That's the most that I can get, unless there's something just personal going on in his life that we don't know about, of course. But this is a bad look, man. And I would just ask for people to pray for Anton, because it just appears to me that he's going through something. Or maybe he's always been like this and he's just different on the internet. I don't know. But this is a bad look all around. I think the Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb's back and forth was immature on both of their part. I want to state that before the video ends, because there's a much more reserved, mature, respectful way to dialogue about people that you disagree with. And you don't have to be as performative, aggressive, threatening on either side. But Anton is the person that I know to carry himself in a much more reserved and respectful manner, you know? But y'all in the comment section, let me know what you all think. Do y'all know who Anton Daniels or Corey Holcomb is? What do you think about Anton's statements in this video? Hop in the comment section and let me know what you think, man. Pray for everybody mentioned in this video, including myself. I'll catch you all the next one. I'm Demetrius. I go by Didi. Peace. Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.